Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in again. Welcome to my channel. Today I have for you a video on tips to applying for university. So this will be the first part of a two-part series. The second will be interview advice. I might do some portfolio advice, but it might have to be quite later because I won't get any of my portfolio stuff that I've used until January, so that might be a bit late for some of you. But I did have an online portfolio and I do have some images, so maybe I can do something about that. But let me know if you do want me to show you. And I went down more the arts kind of route. I am studying architecture, but I'm studying at an arts university, so that's just a heads up for any of you guys who did want to know more about that. So let's get started. I have 5 top tips for you. Everything is in my YouTube notebook as per usual, so I'll be reading off of there. So number 1 is find your top 5 universities that you want to apply to. Now this is going to take quite a while. I literally went on UCAS, I typed in the course I wanted, and I went through every single university that had it available, and I kind of shortlisted ones I was interested in and just went from there. I definitely recommend that you go to open days, read the course, what the course outline is, see like how much coursework or exam work there is. Definitely, you know, be aware of that and see what other students have said about it. Some of them will have like ratings, so it'll say like student satisfaction and things like that, so check those things out. And as well, depending on what course you're looking for, it might be good to know where it comes on the university that you'd like to go, or the universities where they come on the, I don't know if it's the, I can't remember whether it was the Times or something, but there's usually like this ranking of the certain course and the best universities to go to in the country. So I know that's the fact for the UK, but I'm not sure about other countries, but I'm sure there must be something you can check. So definitely, you know, go on the internet and search like top universities for whatever course, academic year 14 to 15 or whatever, so the previous year, or like the predictions for the years coming. So do look into that if that's something that is important to you. And obviously the higher up your university on that list, it's possibly a chance that you will be more employable, and that university is more kind of well known for that course. But at the same time, by the time like you graduate, it may not be as high, so do pay attention to it, but don't focus entirely on it, because it's also important that you enjoy the university you go to, the course, and also the area. That is important as well, and the environment you'll be in. So do think about that as well. And don't forget to go to open days so you have an idea. I mean, I was really set on going to a university far outside of London. It seemed like I really would have liked it, but when I went there, I didn't really like the town that much, and it turned out I didn't really like the university that much, so I didn't end up applying. And that's really important that you do that, so you don't end up wasting any of those top 5 universities that you send your application off to. So yes, definitely, you know, research and find the top 5 universities that you would want to go to. And I'm saying top 5 because I'm pretty sure you send off 5 applications, but then you only confirm 2 of them. So yes. Oh, I also forgot to mention that some of the universities you could be looking at could be abroad, so if that's something that interests you, definitely do ask your teachers at school as well, in terms of that, because I'm not quite sure about, you know, studying abroad. That's something that you'll need some more assistance in like looking to other countries, because obviously I know it's quite expensive in the UK. It's £9,000 a year, so that's £21,000 at most that you could be leaving with your university debt. But at the same time, don't let that like put you off going to university as well. because you only have to start paying that off once you are earning a certain amount, and that might change in the years to come. So don't worry about that too much. And you can also get a maintenance loan, I'm pretty sure, from student finance as well to help with that. And yeah, you only pay that back once you start earning a certain amount of money, but obviously I'm pretty sure those do come with interest, so do be aware of that, but don't let that put you off completely. Next is check grade requirements. This is important. If you're getting 3 C's or you've been getting C's, don't apply realistically to somewhere where they're asking for 3 A stars. It's not to say that you can't get those 3 A stars, but the likeliness of that isn't necessarily that high, and you want to give yourself a chance instead of being completely ruled off, because if you are applying to those universities and you just put most of them as these really high grades as opposed to the ones you're actually getting or your predicted grades are, I mean, it's just possibly a waste, and they might turn you down instantly in that, and then you could have missed a chance to actually go somewhere as opposed to nowhere at all. So do think about that. I mean, do be slightly ambitious and push yourself and see what your predicted grades are, because those might be a bit higher than what you're getting at the moment. Don't worry about it too much, but if the difference is quite a lot, do you know, ask your teachers and anyone who kind of helps with the whole application thing to kind of give you a hand with that in terms of applying, because you don't want to just waste things like that or opportunities like that. So do think about that. I'm not saying that you shouldn't apply at all. I didn't get obviously the grades I expected because there was a bit of a muck up with my AS grades, but I still did apply to places that wanted higher grades. So your predicted grades are important, and some will look at your GCSE results as well, so it depends on the universities that you apply to. But do be wary of that. Don't completely be unaware of that. You must be. I think that's really important. Be proactive. It is so important for you to be proactive, so that actually gives you something to say in the interview and to put on your personal statement. Go to talks, go to workshops, go to galleries, you know, get involved in whatever it is you're planning to apply for. Get work experience, you know, or just get experience in any way, shape or form that you can. Go to lectures and maybe do an extracurricular project by yourself on the side. I know the EPQ is available. That is a lot of work. I'm pretty sure it's about 3,000 words and you have to do lots of research. If you can do that and you're allowed to do that and it won't take away from your other subjects, definitely go for it. But you can also just do something on the side. It doesn't have to be a qualification for it to like matter. So do something on the side, do your own research. You know, it's really important to see, for the universities to see that, you know, you're just putting yourself out there, you're going out of your way in your own time outside of the classroom, and you are invested. It shows that you're being proactive and that you're dedicated to the subject, and they'll look at that and compare you. You're being compared, remember, to so many other candidates, and that kind of thing just helps you to stand out. You know, doing volunteering, even though it might not be specifically into what you're into, it shows that you know, have care and concern for the wider community, and that you have other motivations. So I think that's really important. You know, do as much as you can. Being involved in the community is important, and reflects well on you, so definitely do that. Like, I served quite a bit at my church, so on a couple of Sundays every few months I'd go and serve. I'd help out with Sunday school sometimes. I'd also done in year 7 till about 11, I'd done lots of work with primary school children. So yes, that's really important. You know, just doing extracurricular clubs. Like, I did netball for 7 years. That's, you know, that shows my dedication and commitment to something, and that I stuck to it for that long. And it shows that you kind of have a life outside of just the work environment, which they like to see. They don't want someone who's just completely only like one kind of mind on one thing. It's really good to to show that you've got personality and that you do many other things, and you know, you're a multifaceted person, because that's what makes you more employable. So that's really important, I think. Yes, so definitely look into that, you know, volunteering at your local soup kitchen, something like that, as well as showing passion for the subject that you're applying in. Next is get your personal statement down. You need to have this absolutely perfect, like, honestly, preferably you should have started working on this already. If you're applying this year, as I put this up, hopefully you would have already started, but you know, if you haven't, it's not too late. I'm not sure what the deadline is. I'm uploading this in September, and I'm pretty sure maybe the deadline might be like October or something. Or that might just be early entry, but anyway, make sure you're working your personal statements. It's so important. Get your family to read it, get your teachers to read it, get anyone who helps with the application process to read it. Get a second opinion and keep redrafting it. You will go through many drafts, and once you get to the final one and you look at your first one, you will be appalled. But it's amazing to see how far you can come. So keep nagging your teachers. If one of your teachers is fed up, go find another one. Someone will look at it. Make sure that, you know, you keep doing that, and really put as much as you can into it. It is like limited, but it's really important, and that opening line and the closing statement really should just kind of draw the reader in, and it just needs to make you stand out. So no waffling, just get to the point of why they should have you in their university, you know, your passions for the subject, what you've done to show that. And as I said, you know, those extracurricular things, show your dedication and passion to the subject, and try not to be too cliched, and try and just be authentic, and have some sort of integrity, and don't copy and paste. You will get pulled up on that. The UCAS thing can detect if you've done that, so don't do that. I might put in a section of me reading some of my personal statement to you. Personal statements really make a difference. Like, everyone's grades will be up there. You'll have similar grades to people, but it's the personal statement that kind of separates you from the rest. And also, I didn't really realise this, but you get references from your teachers as well. So hopefully you've been a good sorry, that's really patronising. Hopefully you've been a good young adult in year 12, and your teachers have great things to say about you, and also you've been good in this first term as well. So that really helps as well. If they have praise to kind of shout for you. When I read mine, I kind of cried. I was like, my teachers are so nice. But yes, and it's very rare that your teacher will say something horrible and completely slag you off, so don't worry about that. But at the same time, they will let it be known if there's anything particularly like bad you've been doing. And your attendance, I think, goes on there, your punctuality, those kind of reports will be up on there as well. So do your best to be an all-round good student. And my final tip is to work hard. You know, once you've sent that all through, once you get your interviews coming through, once you've accepted and confirmed, you need to work hard and push that end goal of getting to university. Just because you've been accepted doesn't mean the pressure's off. I'm sorry to say, you do need to keep working hard and get those grades and get to university. So you just need to keep it up, even though it seems like you've been coming up to this point, putting in all this extra work to put on your personal statement. You need to keep the momentum going and possibly even continue that and make it exponential. So do really try your hardest to work hard after all of this is kind of passed. And for those who are submitting portfolios, so as opposed to those who might be doing academic subjects, I know that some you might have to do a test. I'm pretty sure you had to for like Oxford and Cambridge, for some of my friends who went and got into those places. Well done to you. But yes, so you will need to prepare yourselves for those. So do check if that's an entry requirement that you have to take a test, or like if you have to do a portfolio, if it's an online portfolio, if they want, you know, a certain like paper sizes, wallets, all that kind of thing. I'll kind of cover that in the next one. But yes, it's very important that you keep working hard. Don't like lose it now, just keep going and you'll have an amazing summer and it will all be worth it. It will be. So hopefully that helped any of you out there, and it wasn't too rambly. And do make sure you tell me what you want me to feature in the next one. So this will be like interview advice, and I might do a third on portfolios as well, and we'll see. But that might have to be January, February time, as I can get my portfolio back really. Until then, so hopefully that helped some of you out there. Do let me know if it did by, you know, liking, commenting, letting me know, interacting with me. And don't forget to subscribe if you liked this video or any of my other videos and would like to see more. So thanks so much for tuning in. Have a good day, and I will see you next time with another video. Bye.